I have a problem with my backhand game. I have a problem with my backhand anhyzer. I have got to be able to throw something that goes out and then turns over and then doesn't just roll over. Relying on my forehand, and it's really hurting my disc golf game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on this hole for as long as I can and throw a backhand anhyzer until I can basically park the disc on purpose. I previously had a hard time doing backhand anhyzers, so I'm going to try to just teach the camera because I'm teaching myself. So just repetition means it becomes muscle memory. So what we got here is you have got to have that standing form. You need to be able to have that finishing like staggered step with your backhand, but you also need to bring the disc up. And in my idea of a perfectly formulated backhand anhyzer is you are adjusting the angle with your chest, your torso, and not your hand so much. Because if you try to go like this all the time, it's a lot easier to change that variable than it is to change this variable. Like this is wobbly, the wrist is wobbly, the arm is all over the place, but your chest kind of has a stationary point. So I like to lean back and throw, because every throw should just be leaning forward or being flat. If I can learn how to just throw at any angle that my torso's at, I'll be set. So we're gonna throw a couple more here and then we're gonna go to a longer hole. I'm gonna primarily be using two flippy discs. So I took most of my most stable stuff out of the bag. So I'm gonna start with the chuck. I'm gonna go into my beading copperhead. I forget how long this hole is. This hole is 210 feet. I'm trying to make sure I get the entirety of my body in the shot, mainly because I want to see how bad my form actually is. So, like any normal backhand, a little bit of staggered footing. And that was fine. I feel like I didn't have any power on it. I also didn't throw it high enough. Copperhead. Just pull through. Goodness gracious, come on. Now that's in the circle pretty well. Let's go for a harder disc to keep on that turnover line. Let's go with the mid-range Texas Ranger. If I put it on good enough hyzer, it'll stay on that hyzer, but it'll fight out near the end. That's what I really want, is that turnover and ride, but then just barely fight out near the end. I'm just practicing the release right now, because what I really want to do is be able to do it on full speed run up. So we might go to a higher speed and a longer hole here in a minute. That's at least pin high. Maybe, I don't know. We got two more Texas Rangers. Let's go ahead and knock those two out. What I'm really focusing on is just out of the hand right now, because I don't have anything that flippy that I think would turn over after a little bit. Maybe that chuck, but that's about it. Remember the staggered feet? See it fight out there at the end. Went deep. This one I think is flippier. That one I think is stable. So staggered. Oh, that's not good. Hit the tree. It's parked, but it's not good. Let's try something that isn't as understable as that. This is my Houston. It's overstable to stable. So it's something I wouldn't normally, well, I don't normally put on anhyzer. It's something I normally put on hyzer and let it do the disc job. But if you can do, and the old folks of the disc golf world love to do everything with one disc. They have a small bag, but yet they can make those discs do anything because they've been doing it for 20, 30 years. So I want to be like them. Have 20 discs in my bag and I can make every one of them do almost everything I want. some are just going to be better at the job. Whew. Oh, that's so good. See, that flex out is perfect. Little deep, it's kind of in the road, but that's kind of what I want. Is that flight was great. I'm gonna try it with another Houston and then my copperhead, because I feel like I do it more often with my copperhead to just get that line perfectly. I want to see how much anhyzer I can put on this and it's still not just turn over and roll. Staggered. Just. Oh yes. A little shorter than the Houston. I need to put more Annie on the Houston though. I'm basically just working my way till I'm leaning back here and releasing at this angle, which I think would be great. I can touch these leaves and release it. Oh, there's not enough power. Of course, it's in the middle of the road. I'm gonna go collect. This is the stable copperhead. I'm gonna try to put as much anhyzer on this as I can to get it up there to the pin. Staggered. That was beautiful. I'm perfectly pin high, a little left. One more. Got a Benny here, the Benjamin Franklin on it. And we are going to see if this is a slightly overstable putter, but it should hold that glide pretty well. So I'm gonna try to do one more, then we're going to the long hole. I wanna see if I can put that power on it to keep it on that Annie. Oh yeah, I went deep at the hole. I'm happy with the anhyzer short. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking to the rest of this because I've messed up the audio. My first throw right here was absolutely dog because, and I'll show you later, that I was not in the proper like form. And this is why I videotaped the whole body so I could see how bad the form was when throwing these. So I wasn't leaning back. I really was more standing up, and I released it a little early, I think, but that was the flippiest of all three. That was a Desperado, and I didn't even turn it over very much at all. These next three will be Mockingbirds, or at least the next two. That one, still trying to get in the form of the run-up. So just trying to like put the backhand anhyzer that I was working on in the first part of this video, standstill, to something I can actually run up to and still throw. That right there I think was the best so far. Just I'm still lacking power, but it still got around the tree directly in front of me and gives me an easy look at birdie. But really, I'm just worrying about throwing it on the anhyzer. This is my lariat. I love my lariat. It's always been a kind of a turnover disc for me, or a flip up forehand. And it really is going to do the job if I throw it right. I think that time I still nailed the tree, but I got it to turn over a little bit. Curl, it's my distance driver, and if I can turn the distance driver over, should be good enough for just about any disc. The wide rim makes it harder. And I turned that over. I just released it late, little grip lock, but I definitely had the angle. This is the Enterprise. It's actually a 12 speed. I don't bag it, but it's definitely something that should be able to turn over if I do it right. I threw that one into the tree a little bit too, but it actually fought through and kept going right a little bit. So I released it at pretty much the right angle. So this is all about kind of leaning with your body, leaning with the throw, and just being smart about it. This is the Mockingbird. I have 3 Mockingbirds that are actually in the bag. This is the team stamped Mockingbird. And I put this one so very low. It was really what I wanted to do because there's a lot of lines that you can throw like that, especially downhill lines where you want to keep that anhyzer low. So here at the end, I've got these different angles of me throwing. Most of them were good throws. except for that one right there. I was standing up. That one grip lock, but it was still a good angle. You can just see me lean back. Thank you for watching this video on how to throw a backhand anhyzer. Really just a way for me to teach myself how to throw a backhand anhyzer. Was extremely happy with some of the results on those throws, and really was hoping if it helps out one person, I'm very happy in general. If you like what you see, I'll teach some more of the weak parts of my game to myself and or you guys. Have a great one. Later. Like and subscribe, all those things.